Today, I'm watching Beyond Belief Fact or Fiction Season 1, Episode 4. In the previous episode, I got 4 out of 5 right, so I'm pretty close. I think I'm slowly figuring out the process, and some of them are definitely more obvious when they're fake than others. But again, when the supernatural is involved, it can be tricky to tell. I'm really enjoying the anthology style of the show, and this won't be part of my typical lineup for shows. It's just something I'm going to do, every now and then when I have time. So let me know in the comments if you'd want to see this as, a Patreon watch along, anything like that. And I'm just curious to see what the response to this type of reaction video will be. But thank you so much for sharing and this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content.
At the end of the show, we'll tell you which ones have been inspired by actual events and which ones are totally fiction.
I really want to go for 5 for 5. Come on.
And when we've bottled the truth. This is one of the most sophisticated tools in the history of civilization.
It's true, but it's so old now also.
All of it? The entire $500,000?
Yes, that's the entire estate of your late uncle.
Oh, dang. Okay. Lucky duck.
I don't want your apology. I want the money. Look, I have a plane to catch.
A plane?
She's skipping town with her uncle's money?
Back here tomorrow at 9, and I want my money then.
Don't worry, we'll straighten it out.
Well, it's better, or I will never do business with this law firm again.
Well, they kind of have your money, so I mean... Ugh.
The woman in your office is not my niece Victoria. She is an impostor.
Whoa, plot twist. Plot twist indeed.
Back it up. Who did you speak to?
I didn't speak to anybody. It came on the computer. It was an email.
Ghost sending emails? Okay.
And you didn't check to see who sent it?
I know who sent it. It came from Big Biz.
Big Biz.
Seems like a legit email for sure.
Okay, thanks. I have new mail.
He's following up. He's like, did you make sure that person did not get my money?
Let's find my niece.
Fine 99 is her email. Yeah.
Send.
And very diligent with his responses. He's got time, I guess.
I'm not gonna lose my job over this. I have new mail.
He's like, I'm not explaining this further. Just find her. Yeah, if she got married and changed her last name. Wow, he's very persistent. The eye close-ups, the tension. Oh my god, as the font gets bigger and bigger.
0153.
I mean, you gotta give her a call. I mean, at this point, the ghost is leading you in a certain direction, so... Seems excessive for a prank, but... I'm gonna say this one's true so far.
As of this moment, you are fired.
Before you fire me, I think maybe there's somebody you should meet.
Oh, she brought her receipts. She brought proof. Meet his niece.
Victoria Gorelay, formerly Victoria Burrows. She's Edward's real niece.
Well then,
Mic drop. Yeah, an imposter.
Roth demanded to know how I did it, but I didn't know him any answers. Besides, I didn't have one he'd ever believe.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he believes in that stuff for sure, so I say it's true.
I heard Mike's brother's going to be there.
Oh yeah, Josie and I met him at homecoming. Let me tell you, he's all that and a pint of Haagen-Dazs, right?
Oh my, quite the treat.
Exit or something?
You know what? I really don't think this road has any exits, my dear.
Are you just gonna drive forever and ever and ever?
What time is it anyway? I mean, oh my gosh, we're gonna... If the dip is gone when we get there, I swear.
She's very worried about the dip at a party, okay?
The president?
Oh, ha ha. Don't laugh. I'm thinking of meeting him for a cup of coffee, in fact.
Always good to meet strangers on the internet. Not.
Psychos out there? I mean, don't you watch hard copy?
Finally, someone with some common sense. Come on.
I was scared. I had no idea where we were. The road was dark and twisty, and I was getting tired. All I needed on top of all this was a rainstorm.
Oh, of course that's what happens. Oh, man.
What are we gonna do now?
So much for the diner.
3 young girls alone on a deserted rainy night. It was like a horror movie.
I feel like that's where we're going for sure.
Evening, girls. Need some help?
This actor looks familiar as well.
Looking for a diner on this road?
Hello, strange man.
Down this road you'd want.
Yep, get out of there as fast as you can. Oh my gosh. No need to explain where he came from. Yeah.
Who was this? We were totally freaked out, and I was not about to open the window for any.
What? Another dead end? Another guy? What? Sus.
Yeah, about a half an hour ago. Couple of cars got buried. You were a few minutes earlier, you'd be one of them.
Oh, but they turned off.
Diner? What diner?
Whoa!
Lady, there's no billboards on this highway. They're illegal.
Were they saved from a landslide? Oh my gosh.
The turnoff that the billboard told us to take took us exactly 30 minutes out of the way. Exactly long enough to save our lives.
I don't know.
Billboard that didn't exist. So what did Lana really see? Was it a mirage, or perhaps the side of a
I'm gonna say fake. False.
house or at school? And when she finally made the choice to run away from home, it ended in her accidental death.
Oh my god, this is so dark.
You must all remember that Dory...
10 days later, Dory's mother had a stroke, and she died in the ambulance on the way.
Oh my god, this is just getting worse and worse. Cheese and rice.
Jim!
Chuck was all agitated about something. You could tell that by the way his arms kept flying around, and he was talking. I would blame him for whatever it was.
Chuck,
but I don't know how they done it.
All right?
There ain't no, the door's locked. It's in here, Jim.
Chuck spent too much time alone in the graveyard.
The door was opened.
There you are.
How much tragedy can one man take in a short period?
And now it's ruined again? Oh no.
It was worse than the time
Oh,
before.
jeez.
Angry and more violent.
That's awful.
Sometimes the worst part about being a cop is when you let people down. I didn't know what to do, but I was sure going to do something.
Wouldn't they, like, install cameras or something? Like, wouldn't that be the most obvious? He's hoping to get, like, a footprint, I guess?
I'm setting a little trap, Chuck. This way, if they come back, we'll get some footprints.
Unless it's a ghost. Nope. No, thank you. If the mausoleum doors start moving like that, yeah, run fast. Somebody wants to get out, that's for sure.
Nothing.
I was turning the sprinklers off and I heard all this ruckus coming from inside the tomb.
Oh my god, not here written in blood. Cheese and rice, that's graphic.
You're serious?
Yes.
Well, what does Mr. Stone want to do?
Yeah, I think this one's true so far.
For answers. All I have to go by are my police reports. You can read them over 100 times, and believe me, I have.
Yeah, if you're buried next to somebody who hurts you like that, yeah, that's so bizarre. Yeah, I'm going with true.
The mysterious bond between a boy and his dog on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
Many people believe that pets...
Look at that puppies! A little
All these concepts pale, however, when it comes to the relationship of a child and a dog.
I'm gonna say it's true right off the bat. That's probably really preemptive, but yeah.
But it can also lead to one of childhood's most painful lessons. How to say goodbye.
Yes, good boy.
Oh no, I don't want the dog to die. I hate that.
Wanna play? No, me and Weezer, we gotta eat lunch. And then I promised my mom I'd clean my room.
What a good son.
Go, Weezer! Go, Weezer! You get Weezer and I'll get Zach. Alright.
I'm playing tag football against the dog.
Get it, Weezer! Go! 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 Run! Yes! Come on, Mom. Just a few more minutes.
No, Zach. You have a big day tomorrow. We're going to the beach, remember? Good night, Zach.
Good night, Mom.
Is he reading Goosebumps? What was he reading? That cat does not look happy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Not the dog, no.
And Zach had to get some sleep. Then at 10 o'clock, there was a knock on the door again. Zach went down to see who it was.
It'll sound like dog scratches at the door. That doesn't sound like knocking. Did Weezer come back from the dead?
Weezer!
How? Come on. No. Come on.
I knew you wouldn't leave me. Mom, look, it's Weezer.
I'm gonna say it's false because science.
Looked like Weezer, but they checked Weezer's grave and found it empty. Did Zach's mother bury Weezer when he was still alive?
Oh my god.
Why wasn't there any dirt all over the dog at the door?
That'd be terrifying.
Maybe there is a deeper explanation, one that defies logic.
I'm gonna say false.
Bond between a boy and his dog.
As much as I wish pets could come back from the dead. Ha-ha!
Quickly, let me make it easy on you. Off the streets, no insurance, no Medicare, no heroic measures.
This guy's like, I'm trying to do my job and save him, and she's like, he doesn't have insurance, it's fine. Like, what?
On a man who's probably not going to make it anyway.
Oh, he's gonna make it.
No, doctor, he's not going to make it.
This is harsh. Cheese and rice.
Take care of them.
Guy's just trying his best. Come on.
What's the problem?
But Dr. Sanders, these people claim a family member was brought in last
The
night.
obituary said that he collapsed on the street and he was brought here last.
Oh, that would be so tough to find out in the newspaper. Oh.
And in their grief, they were giving value to the life of our John Doe, a life that Dr. Sanders had valued all along.
I'm gonna say that one's true. We'll see. We'll see.
As a life-affirming story inspired by actual events? Or do you only believe what you read in the papers?
Let's see how I did.
Or fiction.
This is the time on our show when we measure our ability to separate fact from fiction.
I said the first one was true.
Is it hard for you to believe that a story like this actually happened to someone in real life? It did. And what
I knew that one was true.
Off the road for coffee because of a billboard that didn't exist.
This one I said was fake.
Now, was this an easy one to figure out? Do you think it's a work of fiction?
Yes.
Sorry. A similar story did take place.
What? Dang it.
There were the mysterious activities that took place inside that family crypt.
This one I said was true.
And the lock wasn't broken?
No, sir.
What are the odds that the basic facts of this were inspired by actual events?
I said true. Yes.
And what's your opinion of the story about the bond between a boy and his dog that was so strong the dog came back from the grave?
False. I said this one was fake. That truck was speeding.
Weezer! Mom! Weezer, wait! Weezer, stop!
This story is a total falsehood.
Yeah, of course it is. Right. Yes. Oh my gosh. I said true.
Last night.
What obituary?
Sir, only one person died.
Did you guess that this story was made up by our writers?
No, I said true.
Wrong.
Yes.
A story like this did take...
I knew it. 4 out of 5.
Target tonight? 4 of our plots were inspired by real stories, and only one was a total fabrication.
Keep it on track with my 4 out of 5 streak. I like it. Could be worse. So that was my first time watching Beyond Belief Fact or Fiction Season 1, Episode 4, continuing my streak of getting 4 out of 5 right. I'm hoping I can continue that, maybe get 5 out of 5 right at some point in the near future. I wasn't expecting so many stories to be true. Only one was false, and I felt like it was very obvious that it was false with this dog coming back to life, and maybe if the dog had come back to life shortly after it had passed away, or if they hadn't, buried it or something like that, I would have believed it, because animal stories always have a special place with me, and I tend to believe, that we have this connection between animals and humans. So I definitely would have said that was true, because that's something, I believe in. But him coming back to life is just not possible, as many pet owners would hope that your pet could come back to life, but there's just no way. And this crystal, like this quartz that he had found, was somehow connected, and it was too far-fetched for even me to believe in. And like I said, if it had been, while he was on the road, or if something like that had come back, I probably would have said true. But yeah, again, I wasn't expecting only one to be false and that the other 4 were true. again, dealing with a lot of communication from beyond, where, we have the first sequence with this email. This, receptionist is getting an email saying, like, that's not who it's supposed to be. Like, she's trying to scam you. But you'd also hope they would have asked for, like, ID or something. But either way, he was obviously trying to send a message saying, like, this person, has a different name. She's lying to you. She's trying to take your money. And, the receptionist is like, sure, you can let me go, but here's the actual person who is entitled to this money, and calls out the nurse immediately and just folds. So again, there was kind of more like human drama involved in that made it more believable. Some of these stories are a little bit too one-sided or a little too flat, and that's why I thought the landslide story was fake, because it just seemed too like stereotypical, and it didn't seem like there was any real depth to it. And I was like, okay, this seems kind of fake. And of course we find out that it's true, that they, somehow survived this horrible landslide because they imagined a billboard basically went off the road and met this person. We never find out who that person is, if it was a ghost, if it was something, calling them to take this exit so that they would avoid the landslide. So definitely sticking to the theme of more, ghost stories, supernatural, communicating from people who have passed away. And similar to the crypt story, where this mother and daughter passed away very close within each other, like 10-day, time span. And this poor girl who had run away, we find out her mom, had been abusing her. And as soon as her casket was put next to hers, her spirit was not happy about that, which again, they're trying to figure out who could go in there. And like, sure, it could be possible that the person who has the keys is likely going in there and messing things up. But even when they put down the sand to try and test the footprints, which wouldn't be my first choice for detective work, but sure, it obviously worked and proved that there was no footprints. And I guess somebody could have got in there, cleaned up the footprints afterwards, wouldn't have been an impossible task. But to find out that it's true, that, ever since they took that coffin out, everything's been fine, and this kid obviously wanted to have nothing to do with her mom for obvious reasons. The doctor-patient one was also true, and to find out that, how bizarre would that be to show up at the hospital with an obituary saying like, hey, like my, dad has passed away and I'm here to see him. He said he was brought here, and they're like, well, what are you talking about? Like, that was only hours ago. And it's interesting because what would have happened otherwise, and the doctor who dealt with him just happened to be standing there, of course, and they called the newspapers and they're like, that wasn't me, like, we didn't run that, so did they make it up? And again, what are the chances? There's just so many coincidences which can make it seem doubtful, like it wouldn't be true, but in this case it was, had some grain of truth to it, and otherwise he would have been a John Doe, and who knows what would have happened to him. And to have, his necklace and show her and say like, hey, is this yours? And obviously she recognized it right away. But yeah, I couldn't imagine what else would have happened if this ghost hadn't written his own obituary. It's very bizarre. That's the whole premise of the show, is these bizarre stories and whether they're real or not. And I'm finding that more times than not, the weirder they are, the more real they are. Obviously, except when they're trying to bring things back from the dead, like this dog, which unfortunately was not true. I think my two favorites were the tomb one, the crypt with the daughter, trying to get rid of her mom's spirit that she didn't want near her. And then also the computer one was good. And, she got an email right away, and they're trying to tap into, the audience's doubt, being like, well, computers and internets are new, which, they relatively would have been at the time, and trying to place those seeds of doubt, saying like, well, the World Wide Web's a mystery, like, was somebody pranking them, and trying to find the source of the email address, and it being the deceased, and, that's why their account's not there anymore, and how are they sending emails, from beyond, basically, with no real direction. It just says find her, and it was a very dramatic episode, because it kept zooming in on the email and the font kept getting bigger and bigger, and then zooming in on her eyes, and then it was just overdone and over the top. But again, I love those kinds of things, so it was fun to watch. But yeah, very dramatic with those did you see it, did you just over showing the audience look at this, it's just hitting them over the head with it. Overall, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I wasn't expecting only one to be false. In every episode I've seen so far, at least two have been false. So I'm kind of guessing, okay, if I have three that are true, the next two I'm going to, lean towards more as false to even it out. But yeah, this is the first time we've only had one as false. I'm curious to see if we'll ever have ones that are all true or all false. It feels like that would be a bit of a setup if they were all fake, but who knows where the show's going to go. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. She's skipping town with her uncle's money. Ghost sending emails? Okay. Fine 99 is her email. Yeah. Are you just gonna drive forever and ever and ever? She's very worried about the dip at a party. Okay. Were they saved from a landslide? Because science.